I grew up in harder times, so I couldn't afford a leather jacket, so I made one. So every time, and then that was one of those where um I never really want to be like as flagrant as a rainbow, but basically those are like my
Uh-huh.
favorite colors. Like if you look at those colors, like the orange is my favorite color. The
Yeah, the
orange
blue too.
yeah, exactly. So orange and then orange and blue is New York, so that's paying homage to home. But then again, I'm also Jamaican, so the red and the green is paying homage to, the more Caribbean style.
All right.
And then like I always feel like gray is like well, I don't think there's gray on that one, but that's probably like my next color. Where gray is like the in between of the white and the black, and it's like a higher taste level to me. Like a
Right.
higher taste level black is gray.
So speaking of taste levels, how did you gain this taste? Did you have somebody in your family that styled or did things in fashion, or did you go to fashion school? Can you tell us a little bit more about your background in depth?
Funny, I feel like there's fashionable people in my family, but not on purpose, not like distinctively like, oh, they made clothes. Nobody like that. Everybody has their own fashion sense. Of course, I feel like the Caribbean and the New Yorkers, and I feel like, especially in the Bronx in Jamaica, I feel like those are places with a lot of culture. So I feel like it
Yeah.
kind of just came, but like fashionably, like really professional, no. And I have no actual professional training at all. I just learned. I just grew up. I wore things trial and error. My friends think that's corny. I don't like it. I go to school and it's a hit. It's a hit. I go to school and I get flamed for it. I ain't wearing that no more. It just became a thing. Like let me try and look good. Let me not try to get joked on. That's basically how my fashion sense came together. Honestly, it's like survival.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, really survival. Like let me be careful.
Because yeah, like you said, you have a lot of play with color. Because I was like, why do I like these rainbow colors? But the way you did it was so cool and simplistic. And,
I'm not gonna lie. I
and
really,
it did look scholastic too. It did look scholastic the way you did it. Because like you said, the orange and blue. But then now you saying that, I go back and forth to New York and LA. It's the Mets.
yeah, it's
So
so
please
funny
don't tell
because
nobody I said that.
it's funny. I didn't want to be blatant with like orange is my favorite color, but I always add
Yeah.
blue because they go together regardless. And like I learned like like end of my high school career that no middle school career that every state has a flag, and I didn't know that, and that's why most teams in New York have blue or they have orange because white, blue, and orange are the New York colors. So I was like, you know what? I want to like kind of pay homage without screaming. I'm from New York all the time. Kind of pay homage with the green and the red sometimes, but not screaming I'm Caribbean. So there's a little
Right. Yeah.
Easter
Right.
eggs in there, here and there.
So we saw you. You've been really busy too, by the way. Because I mean, you're taking off. I was like, dang, wow, bro. I mean, like you've been doing some local shows on
Yeah,
Channel 7 or something. I was like, you doing some.
I probably did almost every 1, 2, 4, 5, 7,
Yeah.
12. I've done
I
a
was like,
couple.
yeah. And then I heard you have a. Tell us more about your space. It's like an event space, right?
Well, I'm in my studio right now. So
Oh.
I just actually opened second floor to it. So in the room I am now, it's where I sell my clothing. I have anything that's on the website, even things that's not on the website yet, is
Mhm.
here. So it's like kind of like coming into my mind and seeing how my stuff is, and it's actually like being. It's so funny because people shop so much online and they don't do in person. It's like no, come into this space and you can see things a little bit differently and at once. So I sell in this room, and in my next room, I actually make clothes in the next room. So I make my own stuff. I make brands. I make merch. I do one-offs and stuff like that. And then upstairs is a content creation space where it's for photography and videography and stuff like that.
Online. So you're constantly keeping your like you said, your photography and your campaign materials up to date.
Yeah. So like even more so, I try to solve a problem with everything. So it's like okay, I know a lot of people. I make brands in the next room, but then they don't have no direction, no creative direction. It's like, all right, I can actually make that here. You can see what I make. I can make it for you, and then I can shoot it for you. You know what I mean?
Wow. And so, are you making these sneakers in house as well?
I don't. Hell no. I would kill you. I
I
ain't
went
gonna
to
lie.
I went to a sneaker factory one time in Jakarta, Indonesia. It was a former Nike factory, and I think it's now called the League. And I was like, "Is he get that in there?" Because it was like all these women going like this.
Yo, nah, I'm
And,
not reaching the point to that because I gotta pay my people right, so I don't got that type of money to be doing sweatshop stuff.
right.
Even that I don't got it. So no, I always find my way. There's always a way to figure it out. I still get my stuff done overseas. And I've learned like, small brands to big brands, you're less and less hands-on. Like I do everything by myself, but I've come to a point where I create stuff here, but there is some factory made stuff that I make the first one or get the tech pack together and then I leave it in the hands of them. Cause I mean, I still gotta love it and enjoy it instead of, if I sat there and made all them sneakers, the price would have to be triple. Cause that's all I'd be doing for weeks.
So before we get started on this trend report, because like I said, I have nothing but respect for you. Actually, we all have respect for you, because we have a little small location in the Bronx as well. That's a live workspace, and people was really coming for us.
Oh my God.
They was really. I was like, I didn't realize how popular you were. And then one day I saw somebody with some of your sneakers on, and then we were like, "That's our sneakers." So he put the sneakers on. Those sneakers is tight. They tight. You definitely got to tie them up right.
Yeah, and I've learned like even that, like that's a whole history lesson in itself. Like I try to do so much angles with those sneakers.
Yeah, a lot of angles.
Yeah, but like I want it to look good, big, small, this angle above, the sole. I want to have the, like I said, I still play true to my colors. I didn't want to just do straight up black to be safe. The gray is the sexier color, the orange accents, the blue, the green. So I really,
You did. So how many? Was that your first pair of sneakers?
It's actually my second silhouette. I did one sneaker, and then I did a new colorway for it, and then now this is my second actual silhouette.
And then speaking of silhouettes, we all love Doja Cat's silhouette. So how was it like working with Doja and Post Malone?
So it's cool, but it wasn't as like I have a couple of people I'm way more hands-on with. Like with the Grammy stuff and everything, it's cool. Like I never really got to like actually be in exact contact, but like, me being on the Grammys, my name is putting out to all these amazing people. And it's just dope to see it. Like for like extra to do a story and it's media headlining. Like I did the Grammys 2 years in a row, but the first year, every article was like my name headlining from the Bronx. And it's like, whoa, this is.
Right. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like you got a whole, I didn't realize that. I mean, when I saw your stuff, I was like, this is like, what? Like, somebody on your team there, Nicole, the way she presented you was so like, it was just very professional and it was very well done. Like you should be very proud that you have a great team, man.
Thank you.
And it's like, it's very hard for, just young designers who are African or African diaspora, or even, just, it's so hard to get them out there and push them in the correct way. But the way your package is so seamless and it's so like, it's really a testament to how hard you work, and it's like, it's very beautiful to see that. And that's the first thing I told a lot of our other design partners that are smaller than you. I was like, you gotta follow this man, like his packaging, the way he presents himself, and like, look, he's on TV. And then you have a voice. Like you're talking about the supply chain and how it's been disrupted with China and the war and all this. So I was like, dang, this man is like, who is this? Who's this? Like, how you find it? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because most young companies, because I don't, tell us how young you are, because in your company, in terms of when you establish it, because I mean, bro, you talk, you have a voice that you're talking about shopping and how it's affecting your supply. I was like, what? It was like intrinsic brilliant.
I think August makes 9 years I've been at this, but wow. I feel like it's not really even time. It's more so about experiences. Because if you stay in one place for 9 years, then what changes? But I feel like I am so curious. And since I didn't have the book, I went outside and did. So anything you might learn in one summer class, I might took a year and some change to actually go do everything. Wow. So even if I messed up, I have the knowledge to know. And even if I didn't like it, I have the knowledge to know what that is. And I need to pay somebody to do that. Then I have the knowledge that I love this and I can do this myself. And it just kept growing like that. So I just really went outside. I have the experiences. I just went through the motions. I didn't skip. I always tell people don't skip no steps.